Maybe I was way off. I just wanted that one single day to be peaceful so we could celebrate our anniversary. Oh! Did he move it onto the other side of the street so it wasn't his? On his beat? Did I get it quite literally backwards? I'm always leaving her alone because work is so busy. My poor beloved Roller. This is the police handbook that Pat presented. There's a manual inside called Things to Know as a Constable. It reads, if a constable discovers an incident in his beat, he must assist in the initial investigation. So I did get it backwards. He moved it to someone else's beat. I didn't realise right, yeah, I'm pretty sure he did actually say the Garrodeb residence is his beat. Don't know why I overlooked that, or forgot about it. Never mind. I got it kinda right, just backwards. This is why, isn't it, Pat? This is why you moved the crime scene. Well... you see right through me. So that's the problem. The investigation was in his beat. Oh. That's right. At first, Pat was supposed to lead the investigation as that beat's constable. I see. But then... Patrolman O'Malley, did you? At the time, for the first time after I got my dream job as a constable, I started to pray. Roller, stay close to me. The criminal might still be on the scene. When I ran to the crime scene, I was acting not as a husband, but a policeman. We have to hurry up and notify the police. And then I realised the significance of where the victim collapsed. If a constable discovers an incident in his beat, he must assist in the initial investigation. Why did this have to happen here? Today of all days? Why? Tonight was... the one day I needed peace. Oh. There has to be a policeman guarding the crime scene at all times. So I told Roller to go to the police box and bring the officers over. And then, when I opened my mouth to speak, I shouted words that even I'm disgusted by. Wait. This road is part of the next beat over, Roller. Go to that beat's police box, take a right on Mission Road. Oof. So he lied about the beat. Oh no. It's also he could have peace to spend time with his wife. Wow. Shit. Poor guy. Aw. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Pat. I just wanted to enjoy a nice dinner with Roller, no matter the cost. That was the one day that I needed peace. If the incident had occurred in your beat, you wouldn't have been able to celebrate. Thus you chose to move the crime scene to the beat of on the eastern side of Briar Road. To be honest, at the time, I thought the victim was dead. Really? Of course he did, because I know. I know that my Pat wouldn't leave a stab victim on the cold, hard ground. Yeah, I suppose you're right. But either way, God is punishing me for my actions now. I can't believe it. Out of everything at the crime scene, the one thing I forgot was the bouquet I bought for her. No, Pat, that was my fault. I was the one who dropped the bouquet out of sight. I'm sorry, Pat. I have one more question, Pat. How many books did you move to the opposite side of the road? I think it was 4. He put one of them in her hand. As you recall, Suzuki dropped 3 books, so the remaining 1 book was dropped from Mr. Garadev's room. That would account for all 4 books. But why did you leave this book in the victim's hand? The other 3 books were scattered around the crime scene. Huh? Well, that's just how I found it. Oh. Explain what you mean by that. When we ran over to the crime scene, the victim was holding on to this book. So when I moved her, I just left her the same as I found her, holding the book. Just to confirm, the victim was holding The Adventure of the Lion's Mane. Yes, I'm absolutely certain. I wonder what this means. The 4th book has been updated in the court record. A book named The Adventure of the Lion's Mane. When the O'Malleys arrived on the scene, the victim was already holding this book. Huh. Weird. At the time, I thought that this would be an open and shut case. There were only 2 people at the crime scene. Even Roller saw that. No matter how much I thought about it, it must have been the guy that ran away. I figured that, even if I changed the location of the crime scene, it was only a trivial matter. Wow, this really is it for me, huh? My lord? What is it, Lord Van Zeeks? The Scott's examination is over. Constable, you may step down now. Sir. Mr. Prosecutor? What's going to happen to my Pat? You're free to go home for today. Expect contact from the yard. Please. Please forgive him for what he's done. It's not Pat's fault. I'm always complaining to him, because he's never at home. It's okay, Roller. Let's go home. Okay. Patrolman O'Malley. Sir. I hope this incident has helped you realise that when it comes to a crime investigation, there's no such thing as a trifling matter. Yes, sir. You do well to bear that truth in mind for a long time to come. After all, you don't want to repeat the same mistake at any other crime scene. Hey! Okay, good. Repeat? Then... hurry and step down. You're delaying the trial. Sir. Aw, that's nice. He does have a heart. An astonishing truth has been made clear in our court today. The crime scene was tampered with by a third party. However, one truth remains unchanged. The only person who could have committed the crime is still Suzuki Natsume. Not true! Don't you think the word only is a little misleading? Now that the location of the crime scene has changed. There should be one more person who could have possibly stabbed the victim. If I may. Perhaps you've already realised as well, Prosecutor Van Zeeks. Lord Van Zeeks. Very well. Present his or her name then, if there happens to be any merit in your indictment. The prosecution will consent to continue in these proceedings. Who is the other person who could have committed the crime? Well, it's no other than Joan. The defense is ready to call this witness once again. Once again? Just as my legal assistant proposed earlier. There's only one witness that can bring the truth to light. We need to hear Juror 4's testimony. Come to the stand, Joan Garadeb. What? As I recall, your request was already overruled. It's only because there was more testimony from Pat. But we have new information now. The situation is entirely different. Mrs. Garadeb, may I have a moment? What do you want? When the crime was committed, you and your husband were fighting. During your fight, a fire broke out in your home. Mr. Garrideb opened the window facing Briar Road so that the smoke could escape. And what of it? You threw this book at your husband, who you had cornered at the window. The book then hit the awning window and fell straight to the ground. And, as we have just established, the place it fell was exactly where the crime scene, or where the crime really took place. Oh god, I realise how this could have actually happened. Yeah, I think. I was wondering, like, how on earth would a knife land in her back? My first possibility, or first thought, was maybe she fell over, slipped on the ice, but then she would have been belly up. Not many people fall face first. No, what I have a feeling what happened was, as she was walking down the street, she saw the book in the snow, bent down to pick it up. As she got it and was about to stand back up, the knife fell down and got her in the back. It seems incredibly unlikely that would actually happen, but that's how it could have actually lodged in her back. The place it fell was exactly where the crime really took place. And again, what of it? You said that you were blinded by rage during the fight, yes? And you didn't just throw books, you threw anything you could get your hands on. I want you to confirm this for me one more time. This knife is the one found in the victim's back. Do you recognize it? Are you absolutely sure that you don't recognize it? Yeah, given that reaction. Yes, I'm sure. Huh? How am I supposed to remember what I threw at him? And anyway, didn't that prosecutor say that jurors shouldn't have to testify? Well... Oh, okay. I remember saying nothing of the sort, Juror 4. Oh. Haha. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, do not misunderstand, you are not above the law. If you remember this knife, then you would do well to tell us the truth. But you can get a knife like that just about anywhere. We have so many of those at home, if one or two went missing, we wouldn't even notice. What? For real? My word. Was that basically her just admitting that they have those knives? Furthermore, the thought that I might have hurt someone, I just can't handle the idea. It's too much. You hurt your husband. Joan. Alright, go ahead. Hurry up and show me your decisive evidence. I want you to show me, conclusively, whether that knife was really one of the things I threw. Can you do it, Naruhodo? Nope. If I had that kind of evidence, I'd have thrown it at her ages ago. In that case, it's time for you to come to the witness stand, juror number 4. What? The prosecution agrees that this juror must be cross-examined. Yes! Prosecutor Van Zieks. Me? Testify. Juror number 4. You have witnessed the entirety of today's case from the seat of your jury, of the jury. You have seen the miraculous moment where, from our witnesses' testimony, a truth was gleaned that even the witnesses themselves were not aware of. Oh. Thus, it is paramount that you testify to the best of your ability. Once you do, I'm sure that this court will be able to find the truth. Prosecution, defense, are you in agreement? You are correct. Huh? The defense agrees. Oh man, the music. It's so triumphant. What is this feeling? For the very first time since we arrived in this country. I finally feel like a real attorney, fighting in the courtroom. It only took 4 cases. Okay, so it's just John. Witness, your name and occupation. Yes, sir, my name is, Joan Garrideb, yes. My occupation is, at the moment, I suppose I'm a juror? It looks like even she's confused about whether she's a housewife or a maid. Henceforth, the court expects your testimony. Is that acceptable? Yes, my lord. On the evening of the crime, something transpired in the Garadeb home. You should tell us the entire truth. Do not try to withhold even a single detail. What's the matter, Joan? There's nothing to be scared of now. Hey! Why is he so far away? Dear, you were here all along? Okay, they're closer now. I was with her at the time of the crime. Thus, I'm ready to testify alongside you, Joan. But dear, what about your leg? Oh, please. I'm fine. I can't let you suffer up here all alone, can I? I presume you must be Mr. John Garadeb. Then. Sir, 4th Northumberland Fusiliers Battalion, Captain of the 3rd Platoon. I've survived countless battles. Now that I'm retired, I live a quiet life here in London. It seems you were subjected to your wife's concentrated barrage in your very own home. Well, I suppose you could see it that way. A juror standing as witness. This is the first time since the founding of our British courts. It's an absolutely unprecedented situation. However, as today's final witnesses, you two are ordered to give your testimony. Testify regarding what happened in your home as the crime took place. Sir, loud and clear, my lord. Alright. The War of the Garadeb Home. I forget the reason, but my wife and I started fighting. Our candle stand fell over, lighting the carpet on fire. I put out the fire and ran to open the window. Or a window. Meanwhile, I took aim and threw everything I could at this poor man. There are plenty of knives in our room, so we wouldn't notice if one went missing. If the weapon was one of our knives, I want you to prove it with evidence. Okay. It appears that your home really was the scene of a bloody battle. On the contrary, it appears to have been more of a one-sided assault. I am forced to admit that my platoon was at a perilous disadvantage. If our armistice had been delayed by even a minute, we'd have been engulfed in flames. But really, if this old man was pressed to say, it's the brief moments like those that toe the line between life and death on the battlefield. I've never heard of a married couple's argument described like that. However, with just this testimony, it'll be difficult to produce evidence of the weapon. They say that in battle, man finds himself lost in the fog of war. He loses sight of all else. Perhaps there's little point in demanding any further testimony from these two. I'm getting the same feeling. If that's what you believe, then the two of us will have to reach the final truth with this cross-examination. Yeah, you're right. Now, defense. Begin your cross-examination. Right, the War of the Garadeb home. I forget the reason, but my wife and I started fighting. It was because you had a love letter. I believe you told us the reason yesterday. Yes, if I recall correctly, it all started with a letter wedged inside a book. That's it. It apparently contained a passionate message addressed to Mr. Garadeb, and that secret of his was discovered by his wife. As a result, he became victim to many repeated slaps to the face. Terrifying, for sure. A hell of his own making. I was trying to act like I forgot, but you just had to tell everyone. And some of what you said wasn't even right. Oh, he's fearing her wrath again. Is that so? Oh no. I think the reason for their fight goes deeper than we will ever know. So what happened after this violent barrage of slapping? Our candle stand fell over, lighting the carpet on fire. I put out the fire and ran to open the window. The fire also spread to the furniture, right? It mostly caught onto my things, for whatever reason. That includes my bookshelf and chair. Conveniently, we had water for bathing at the time, so we used that to extinguish the blaze. That sounds like a difficult situation. Our house is on the third floor, and the city water lines still haven't been connected there. During the afternoon, we have to go to the water trough to get water. We always tell our tenants that they can't use water during the evening. But apparently that mustachioed Japanese man was buying water for himself. You mean the defendant, Suzuki? He says he gets some kind of exchange student allowance from his homeland. Must be nice to be able to enjoy black tea in the evening. I'm not sure nice is the word I would use to describe his situation. I was under the impression that he used his whole allowance on books. In any case, I threw water all over the burning room. Okay. Meanwhile, I took aim and threw everything I could at this poor man. You did this even while your carpet and furniture were on fire. To be honest, at the time, I was more concerned with throwing and killing. Just so you know, the philosophy behind the Susato toss is totally different. So she can read my mind. Try to remember something for me. Was a knife among the things you threw? I honestly don't remember. But I'm not that much of a monster. Bread, cabbage, garlic, towels, sponges, napkins. Okay. Question. You have something to say, John? Excuse me, Mr. Garadeb. Mr. Garadeb. Huh? Oh. What do you want? Was there something that caught your attention about your wife's testimony just now? Well, if you must know. My memory does differ from hers, just a tad. She mainly threw hard, heavy objects, books, fire irons, bricks, so on. Oh, what? Not only that... Uh-oh. Oh! I didn't even get to read what he said. Not only that, she had impeccable aim. Joan, we're in a courtroom. Oh, goodness me. I'm so sorry, dear. She's still doing this. But you see, there's no possible way I could throw heavy things like that. Well, if you take a look at this, you'll get the idea. What happened to your pipe? At the time, I was holding my pipe like so. When I was subjected to that horrifying barrage, it flew out of my hand. I accidentally stepped on it while I was trying to pick it up, and it split right in two. The pipe just broke in half. Some hard object hit my pipe, knocking it out of my hand. I patched it up with some tape as a quick fix. Honestly, dear, you really like to make such a fuss out of the little things in life. I wonder if Mr. Garadev's testimony just now is important. At all. It's important. A heavy metal object. Might have been a knife. The defense believes that there is profound meaning in that last statement. There's only one bit of knowledge to glean from the retired soldier's statement. Defying your furious wife will only result in a broken heart and a broken pipe. That's all there is to it. You will find no other meaning, profound or otherwise. Indeed, any husband will already know this fact. I'm not too sure about that. Will you at least allow us to take a look at the broken pipe? Of course. I don't mind. There you go again. You're always going out of your way to please younger women. Oh my god. Very well. The court shall accept this as evidence. Pipe has been filed in the court record. Mr. Garadeb's pipe appears to have fallen on the floor and broken during an argument with his wife. I hope you didn't mind my sudden intrusion. It seemed a shame for your claim to result in nothing but a denial. Oh no, I really appreciate it. I should take a look at this evidence, since you went out of her way to get it for me. Now, witness, you may continue with your testimony. Tell us more about those knives in your room. I don't want to present anything, but I can examine the pipe from here, so I should. Oh. Wait, is that the tip of the knife? Oh my god. Huh? I think I just saw something reflecting light inside the pipe. Yeah, I saw it too. Looks to be something stuck inside the bowl of the pipe. I'll turn it upside down and shake it. Oh, what is this? It's a metal fragment. If I had to guess, it probably broke off some kind of blade. A blade, huh? Is this what I think it is? Metal fragment. Piece of metal that appears to be broken, a broken piece from a blade of some kind, found in Mr. Garadev's pipe. They didn't think to remove that, eh? Oh well. Okay, so there are plenty of knives in our room, so we wouldn't notice if one went missing. How could you not notice? Really, I mean it. Carving pipes and making fishing gear are my main hobbies. I also make wooden decorations and dabble in leatherwork. So even if we lost a knife, we'd have plenty more of the same kind. We always buy knives in bulk when the 20-in-1 sale comes around on at the market. In fact, we even eat our food with a knife in each hand. What? I think you might be exaggerating a bit. God. They're so agitated that the testimony is starting to make no sense. Maybe they're in denial. They really don't want to believe that it was their own knife that hurt the victim. I understand how they might feel, but... Very well. Witnesses, continue your testimony. Is it next statement when he says... Yes, sir. Provide evidence. Ah, there we go. If the weapon was one of our knives, I want you to prove it with evidence. Okay. Metal fragment. Found inside his pipe. Mr. Garadeb, could I get you to take a look at this? I can't really see it. Huh? Back in the platoon, they called me Hawkeye John, but that was a long, long time ago. Nowadays, even when I'm reading my favourite book by the fireplace, I tend to do things like mistake the letters B, D, P and A. P and Q. My word. Maybe you should try putting yourself in the witness's shoes, attorney. That does make it sound like you have some eye problems. Just what is this? Some sort of tiny metallic shard? It might just be the tip of a broken blade. It may be tiny, but it's absolutely an important piece of evidence. Ah. How very intriguing. Where did you happen to pick this up? It was stuck inside Mr. Garadev's pipe. My pipe? When in the world did that get in there? Well? What is the point of presenting this tiny little shard? You can't possibly be saying that it's related to the case at hand, can you? Indeed I am. What? If we consider this shard alongside another piece of evidence, I think the truth about the stabbing will become clear once and for all. I can see that our attorney is becoming very confident in his answers. Now then, defense. I order you to present your evidence. What evidence combined with this tiny shard will reveal the truth of this case? There. If that is a broken blade, this is the knife that was found in the victim's back. Let's take a look at the blade. If you look at it carefully, you'll see that the tip of the blade is chipped just slightly. There are entire hordes of thieves roaming the London city centre with shoddy knives. A knife as cheap as this one would break as soon as it struck bone. If that's true, then the tip of this knife would likely still be stuck inside the victim's body, yes? Oh, yes. However, that is not the case. What? The broken tip of this knife was this metal shard all along. It was in Mr. Garadev's pipe. Ooh! That was a different animation. What's the matter, Lord Van Zieks? This is absolutely absurd. The knife with the broken tip, and the shard. They fit together perfectly. What? What in blazes? She stood on a box. I didn't even realise at first. Order. Is this some sort of Japanese black magic? It's no black magic, I'm afraid. On the contrary, one might call it a miracle. A miracle? Looks like even Prosecutor Van Zieks has realised the truth. Attorney,